Hey Motor Turds, I'm your host Peter Blade, and today we're going to discuss biker gear. Now, as a new biker, we often have seen, mostly all our lives, how a biker looks or how a biker is supposed to look. You know the look, the boots, the jeans, the cut, everything that comes along with that rugged look. So you want to mimic it, and you can't wait for that day when you finally buy your first hog, your first bike, your first motorsport vehicle, and you just can't wait to fit in with the crowd. Now, everything is fine and dandy up until you realize everything has a meaning and you've been going about it all wrong. We're going to take a look at these things that we need to know as a novice rider. And we're going to start with the biker gear from the bottom up. Okay, now the first thing that goes like hand in hand with bikers are boots. That's number one, boots. I mean, it looks cool when you run around in your athletic sneakers and stuff like that, but the boots, everything I'm going to tell you right now has a purpose for the rider. And the boots is the obviously for durability. The thick bottoms are meant for traction on the road when you stop and start. Other sneakers, like let's say Nike Airs with the bubbles, most likely they will not survive, especially if you're a long rider, a real rider, right? So you want boots. Now, what kind of boots? Now, this is the thing a lot of people don't know. Because again, we just mimic the look. We just want to look like bikers. We want to look hardcore. We want to look like we're in. And we all want to look like veterans, even though we're not. So, boots is number one. Now, what kind of boots? Now, they have these boots called wedge boots. Wedge boots are flat bottoms. Flat bottoms go hand in hand with a flat surface. So where am I getting at with this? Wedge boots only goes with the floorboards that you have on your hog. Your floorboards, okay? Now, flat bottoms, flat board equals a job well done on the part of what the boot is supposed to do for the rider, okay? That's number one. Boots with heels can pretty much go with the peg riders, especially if you got forward controls. If you have forward controls, your feet are in front of you, kind of, if you want to be comfortable, you want to kind of like relax them. So the little area between the heel and the ball of the foot, whatever that's called, holds the peg in place in case of a bump, or you could just loosen up and just enjoy the road, right? You got your little bounce, your feet is not going nowhere because it's just stuck between your heel, the pegs are stuck between your heel and the ball of your foot. Okay, so that's why it's important to wear gear. It's not just about, look, man, I look like a biker, man. I got wedge boots, I got Timberlands, and you have to know where they have to go with your bike, all right? Your boots are fitted to your bike. That's number one. Number two, making our way up, is jeans, denims, all right? There's nothing worse than getting on your motorcycle, even though you think you're gonna go on a short route, maybe to the local supermarket, grocery store, or maybe you're just taking a run around the block to go wash your bike. But you're wearing shorts. Now, you know what happens. I don't care who you are or how long you have riding, when it comes to shorts, you're gonna get stung. You're gonna get that quick split-second burn because we really don't realize how much we touch those pipes when we have jeans because they're serving its purpose, which is to protect us, right? So jeans is to protect from the heat of the pipes of the bike. It's also meant to protect you from grease. You be seeing a lot of riders, especially these older riders, they wear like these same jeans all the time. And you're like, wow, this guy really doesn't have another pair of jeans, right? And it's not that, it's that they might have a bike that's an oil leaker it leaks oil and it comes up on your pants. And of course, you don't want to ruin every pair of jeans you have. So you have a select pair of pants if you have an oil leaker that you wear every time you ride those pants. I mean, that motorcycle. And yeah, some people wear chaps. Me, I think that's the biggest poser thing there is to do, is wear chaps. And I don't like to use that word, but for instance, in my neighborhood, we had this lawyer guy, and he used to wear chaps around all day. Even after work, he'll be hanging around in the local grocery store, drinking, playing dominoes, and he still got his chaps on. That right there is a turn off, and like, come on. Chill with the chaps, chump. Okay. Another thing that you might notice bikers wear is that flannel shirt. You know, checkerboard, black and white, black and red. What is its purpose and why do people wear them? That flannel style, that look, comes from California. California, the culture of the chopper or the zombie bikes brought back to life, you know, is what drives the culture over there. Well, we all know that a chopper or bobber, these things aren't quite road legal, and sometimes they don't have tail lights, signal lights, or even headlights. Some people just strip all their bikes. You know, when you bob your bike, you're just pulling things out to get it as light as possible to minimize everything that's on the bike. Okay? So, you do not want to get in a situation where another driver or a motor vehicleist is can't see you and smashes you, right? So the checkerboard on the shirts are meant to act as a alertness between the motorcycle rider and person driving the vehicle. You can clearly see when a rider is riding, and even if he can be a mile down the road. If it's a straight road, you're gonna notice that rider, because the checkerboard, when it's flapping in the wind, is doing something to your eyes. It's catching attention, and it's creating visibility. Okay, so the flannel shirts is more than visibility, more than it is a style. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. It is your cut. People call it cut. It is your vest. Yeah, it looks cool when you're in the club, and yes, some people do buy vests for club purposes, and that's what it's for. But initially, the cut was okay. The original leather jacket came from pilots in the war. Right? They brought that down after the war, after World War II. A lot of pilots, most of them, all of them, came back with their jackets. And as they progressed into riding motorcycles, they brought their jackets in and created a style, a look, a culture. So you might see people with the vests, with all the leathers, the Michael Jackson leathers, and all the buds and the studs, and that just came from, you know, pilots. But it does more than just create a look for a pilot. It actually holds all your stuff in, your jacket, your shirt. It won't be flapping around in the wind, creating that wind burn that I call. Because we all know that if you ride, you know, long distance, you know, jacket, jeans flapping around, it creates some type of discomfort where later on it might either get cold or even numb. So that's the reason for that. The shades, very important. Everybody likes to look cool. Everybody likes to throw on that pair of shades. But when you throw on the pair of shades, the correct way to go about it is you have to have peripherals. Okay? You have to be able to see right here. So you see these glasses, they extend out on your peripherals, right? And it has these paddings. And this pad is supposed to alleviate pressure around this area that gives you headaches. A lot of people might be like, man, I've been getting a headache. I don't know. I think I need glasses. And And you know, a lot of people really like they be perplexed. They be riding so long and then they get off and the only thing they can complain about is a headache. And it's because they did not wear the proper padded peripheral glasses. Okay, your glasses, you should be able to do this and put your fingers shoulder length, look straight ahead, and you should be able to see both of your fingers on the side of your peripherals, all right? Because if you have regular sunglasses where the arm is way thick, like this, right? Way thick and a straight frame, chances are this is what you can see. You look to your left and you look to your right, you might as well be a horse. All right? You might as well be, yeah. Okay? Because you can't see. Nothing is there to distract you, which in this case, riding a motorcycle, you need to see that distraction here, that peripherals, because when you're riding, you're going to depend on them a lot. So don't deprive yourself from your peripherals and wear the proper shades. And don't just wear them to look cool, because they do have a purpose. Okay? Helmet. Everybody likes to have the German helmet. You want to look cool, like, yes, I have the helmet. As you're coming through, you have your bandana, which is for the dust and for the dirt and for the wind. But you have to wear your helmet according to your riding style at the moment. What are you going to do, you know, at the moment? Me, I would say keep 2 helmets or 3. Keep your open face helmet, which is a German helmet. Have a full face helmet and have your modular helmet. Okay, your full face helmet is obviously to go on long trips. Your German helmet is to go on short trips. Maybe you want to go to the store. Maybe you want to go visit your girlfriend. Maybe you want to go to your local, whatever stop, wherever it is you go and hang out. And it's not too far away. Throw on your German, you're not doing anything. But if you're one of those riders that can be down the block 1 minute and down another state the next, you want a modular helmet. The helmets that you can lift up, you know, to allow more air and whatever it is, you know, to make it a better, more comfortable ride. All right? Again, the gloves, self-explanatory. They have to be able to grip. Don't have those, I see a lot of people have those regular gloves that they just throw on gloves just to have gloves just because it's cold. But the gloves that you wear have to be able to hold the throttle even if you're not gripping it. You have your hand on the throttle and I want to relax my hands and I would open my hands and the throttle is still held because it has that grip on my gloves. If your gloves are slippery on the throttle, then you should not wear those gloves. All right? Gloves is self-explanatory. And then we come down to the basics of why a biker wears what he wears, but now we have why a biker doesn't wear what he doesn't wear, and that is called a squid. A squid is somebody that rides a bike but unprotected. You know who they are. They usually run around in flip-flops, shorts, tank tops, no helmet, not a care in the world, maybe smoking a cigarette. Bam, here you go, your pocket rocket or your crotch rocket, whatever you call it. And yeah, that's a squid. A squid can be categorized as like the summer bums, like the ones I just explained right now, which is the flip-flop. You see them all the time running around. They got flip-flop. They're on the highway. You're like, oh my God, if this guy happens to come across a banana peel, it's over. And the other part of the squids is the ladies, the females, okay? Now, I say that because females, you do not, I repeat, you do not have to sexualize bike riding. And I say that because, girl, you're already sexy. You're already winning. You're a badass. What the hell you need to put on the high heels, the stilettos, this, like this, your back showing, your crack showing. I mean, you're already sexy, sweetie. You do not have to go there. You know, that's a squid move. That's somebody that started riding bike for the wrong reason. Okay? You think it makes you look sexy? Well, listen, get past your midlife crisis. Get past those 15, 20 pounds. Okay? And let's realize that if you're yourself, that's the sexiest thing you can be as a biker, female. Okay? So there you have it. This is why bikers look like bikers and non-bikers look like non-bikers. Okay? Thank you very much. This is Peter Blade. Please subscribe to this page. And you can check me out on Instagram, Peter Blade _32. Have a good one.